Trump denies collusion with Russia at Helsinki summit. CNN is one of America's main news sources. The following article was written by a reporter here in the U.S. After reading this article, I can clearly tell that the author was biased. I'm not sure if the tone would have been the same if we're any other country involved in the situation, or if it's because it's Russia and the American president appeared to be cozying up to the Russian president. Jeremy Diamond, the author of the story, wrote that Trump, in an astonishing rebuke of the U.S. intelligence community, refused to accept the findings that Russia meddled in the 2016 presidential elections, saying he does not see why Russia would have interfered. In this headline from CNN Politics, Trump sides with Putin over U.S. intelligence. Washington working with Moscow. Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin met in Helsinki. They both agreed that diplomacy and working together is better than hostility. The meeting in Helsinki marked the first step to restore an acceptable level of trust between the nations. Did Russia help Trump win the election? Trump praises Russian president. Trump stands firm in his defense of his election campaign. He claims his campaign was brilliant and that's why he is now president. Trump went on to say that Putin was strong and powerful in his denial of interfering in the election. Another headline, at historic summit, Trump refuses to confront Putin. This is a newspaper out of Europe. At a joint news conference, Donald Trump acknowledged that his intelligence chiefs believed that Russia interfered with the 2016 elections. But he basically stated that he believed Vladimir Putin over U.S. intelligence agencies when Putin told him that Russia did not interfere in the elections. He went on to say that the investigation by Robert Mueller was a disaster. Another headline out of a German newspaper, Donald Trump denies collusion, says Russia probe a disaster for U.S. 2-hour meeting. What was discussed? After having a 2-hour meeting with no aides to confirm what was discussed and agreed upon, the two leaders lauded the fact that they were able to meet. Donald Trump went on to say that he had no reason to believe that Russia interfered with the election. He also stated there was no collusion. When asked by reporters if he had any compromising information on Trump, the Russian president denied it. They both agreed that the meeting was an opportunity to improve bilateral relations between the two countries. There are two perspectives, one from France and one from Germany, what they think about President Trump and Putin. The French president had a more American response to Putin than Trump did. And in the other headline, Express, Germany silent on Trump, Russia chaos as Putin weighs in on successful talks. These two articles show the responses to Vladimir Putin from two of America's allies, the leaders of France and Germany. They have both criticized Putin in the past when policies have been split. Macron has called out Putin regarding cyber attacks across Europe. Angela Merkel has cited differences over Ukraine, serious and important differences over Russia's treatment of civil society groups, as well as Moscow's backing of the actions of the Assad-backed regime. However, after Helsinki summit, Germany's chancellor has remained quiet. After reading both of the previous news articles, I did not discern any bias from the authors, To me, it appeared they reported and wrote about exactly what happened at the summit. There were no personal opinions or comments, only facts. Like most of America and a vast majority of other countries, I believe Russia interfered with our election. To what extent, I have no idea. I believed this before reading the news articles, and I continue to believe it. These articles did not alter my opinion.